Let's talk about what I've been doing for the last 45 minutes. After I posted yesterday's video, and I didn't post it until late, but I wasn't even on any social media yesterday, so I continued with the rest of my night after posting it. Of course, it was recorded around this time yesterday morning. But after it was posted, I was having this thought about the charisma that comes with unintegrated ego. The charisma of unintegrated ego. I wanted to know more about it because I hadn't even thought about it again this morning after I woke up. That was a thought that I had last night, and as I was sitting here at the table looking for my kitchen scale, or not my kitchen scale, and bathroom scale, because it was somewhere here in the kitchen, it was brought back to my attention, so I started pulling cards, and I was like, okay. What's the deal with this person with the unintegrated ego, the charisma? What is it about this person? I got the card Boss. So Boss says master of wealth, risk, investment, management, leader. Leader triggered me. I circled it. Hold on. Okay, so I circled it. There's a connection there. Leadership. This person is in leadership. The underlying energy at the bottom of the deck is soldier. And this says guardian of nations, loyalty, honor, integrity, and selfless service. Soldier. Today's reading is a sequel to yesterday's reading. Why does this energy pull people in? Why does this energy pull people in and make them choose to wear a mask so that they can be liked by this person? Projection magic is what I heard. People connect, and the spirit's using a masculine pronoun for this person, but take it how it resonates. He, she, whatever. People connect to this person unwillingly and mistake it for fate because it feels like it's meant to be because of dreams or telepathy or synchronicities around that person. What? Okay, so what's up with the energy here? I got the card attachment. With the underlying energy of woman holding her heart. This is the perceived need and the need to let go of the perceived need. Staying attached to this energy creates a bondage, but it's just an illusion. We create an identity for ourselves from the attachment. It becomes a mask that we now need to remove because we are starborn. The woman holding a heart. It's card number 44, and that will resonate with some of you. It's a female who is healing, transmuting her emotions. This is the feminine state of peaceful emotion and receptivity for love. You're intuitive and you understand the emotions of life, and you bring awareness to that in all that you do. What did this energy do? What did this ego do that created this attachment? I heard shapeshifter. I have a deck called the Oracle of the Shapeshifters. Tell me about this charismatic, ego-driven boss soldier. Because if this person had integrated their ego, the boss energy and the soldier energy would be completely different. What did he do? We've got Miss Spiderweb. Reconsider your alliances and make new connections. I was like, well, wait a minute. That doesn't sound like an answer to my question until I started reading about this card. He wove a web of connection that was meant to be a home, but it became a net or a trap. Because he was not aware of his own ego. Had he been aware of the ego, divine feminine, if he'd been aware of his ego mind, the divine feminine wouldn't have been caught in the attachment. And then I heard toxic attachment from yesterday, so there's a very strong need for whoever catches this video today to go back and watch the video from yesterday. The underlying energy here is two kittens, and two kittens say you must choose. He chose to remain asleep, and we got attached for the same reasons, because we were still choosing sleep. We had not yet started practicing presence, not yet taking accountability for literally everything in our life. And learning that meditation doesn't have to look like sitting on the floor in lotus position. In order to get to this level of enlightenment, you have to be able to become a waking meditation. Meaning that the thoughts that go through your head on a day-to-day basis as you're walking around in life are nothing. You're in pure flow. There is no 5 minutes ago, and there is no 5 minutes from now. There is only now. Therefore, there's no worries, no expectations, no judgment, no anxiety, no depression. You're just simply in a state of existence. We were aware of who we are at the time of the attachment, but we hadn't discovered what that means, not really. And like attracts like. But the flip side of like attracts like, not only did we become attached because he was just as asleep as we were, but we became attached because our subconscious resonated with his sleeping and his waking up. But we're waking up and beginning to see the charm of the unintegrated ego. So too must we choose. Rather than going down with his sinking ship, remember what I said yesterday. when we stop forcing change and realize that the assassinations were supposed to happen, or that they were probably supposed to happen and it was none of our fucking business, then it becomes a lesson that we have learned and we have allowed it to be their lesson. So rather than going down with their sinking ship, get back on yours. And let it sail. Notice how this is card number 43. Yesterday we were dealing with the 4s and 3s because today's that day. It's 1/11, January 11th. But it's also January 11th, 2026, which reduces down to 11/11. The 3 and the 4. Let your ship sail. Leaving the safety of the attachment and going into the unknown. Where the unknown is simply the state or space that exists outside of your known experience, and it can be liberating. What is meant for you will find you in that state and space. What is meant for you will find you. And I started to have a vision of Kronos' clock. Remember, Kronos ate his children. And then Zeus tricked him. He swaddled a rock, and Kronos thought he was eating his baby. Kronos became Kairos, so 5D time versus 3D time. The eternal now. He became the eternal now. I'm not exactly sure if that's how the story goes, but I know that Kronos represented eternal time generally, and how the 3D devours eternal time. So the Kronos clock, outside of time and space, the reciprocity that we expected and didn't receive was only because we had something bigger coming. A community of like-minded individuals, friendships formed around this pattern. And I was like, whoa. Friendships formed outside of this pattern. So this is someone who, because of your connection to him, you gained new friendships. You met other people in his community and started to form your own community around them. And I wrote something here about time and flow. Now, the underlying energy. Trust yourself. You have to believe that you are all that exists. In the face in the mirror, when you look in the mirror in the bathroom, it's your face you're looking at. When you go to bed at night and sleep, it's you in the dream, and when you wake up, it's still you in waking life. The only thing that you can absolutely have faith in is that you are real. That's the only thing that you know for a fact is real. We're all mirrors. So even when you're looking into the face of someone else, you're still looking at your own face. What was seen as good was what we attached ourselves to in this person. We didn't know that. We didn't understand that everything that we were seeing, that we were falling in love with this charismatic, unintegrated ego, everything that we were falling in love with was actually us. We were falling in love with ourselves. So we created an expectation because we didn't know that. And we expected that love to be reciprocated because that's what we would have done. He created a mask that kept the projection alive until we dropped our masks yesterday's reading. Please go back and watch it. It's very important to today's reading. Today's a sequel. Just do what feels good for you and trust that it is correct. Trust that it is correct for you, and you are all that exists. Out of curiosity, I opened up this morning's devotional, the devotional message for today, January 11th, and it was John chapter 1, verse 51, 151. So we've got 44, the 4 and the 3, and now 151, plus the card number 5 is attachment, so there's double 5s. Most assuredly I say to you, hereafter you shall see heaven open, and the angels of God ascending and descending upon the Son of Man. That's your confirmation for this reading today. Reconsider your alliances and make new connections. Hold no alliance to this person. I'm not telling you to stop being friends with them. I'm not telling you to stop anything regarding this energy. But put no more expectation into it. And realize that the attachment is just an illusion. It's something that your subconscious created because it felt safe. Trust yourself because you're all that is. The only thing that you can depend on, the only thing that you can trust is you. You are the creator of your circumstances. You're the creator of your lessons, and you can choose to either let it be a lesson or a tower. Nothing happens to you. It only happens for you. I love you guys. We're at 19 minutes. Have a great day, and I'll catch you on the next one. Later.